Hello and welcome to this short presentation on integrating agents into Minecraft, the first part. So what are we going to investigate today? Today I want to show you a bit the difference between Copilot and agents, and what induced me to make this video was this session here from Satya at Microsoft Build, where he shows how to integrate Copilot and help working it together with Minecraft. So I skip forward a bit in a second, but I want to show you the starting point. And the starting point is basically that a Copilot, so you see it here, is moved to the side, and then the player is inside of Minecraft and moves around. So we can fast forward here a bit, moves around, sees zombies, runs away based on the instructions that this guy gets from Copilot, which is great. But well, now we are in the age of agents, and I found something else, and I hope you like it as I do. It is this video. Let's start it, and I hope there is not so much advertisement that we have to skip. Let's see. First, some advertisement, and then a couple of seconds we can see the video. And let's have a look at this. So here you see a player, and now what you see here on the side is they call this other player, this NPC basically, Andy. And behind Andy is a large language model that can answer questions, but that can also do things for you. And that's what I want to show you and yeah, give you an idea how to integrate that. And if you want to get started and follow what I'm doing is check out this project. It's on GitHub. You can download it, adjust it a bit, and then play it. And of course, let's directly jump into this and check it out how it works. Okay, so I'm here basically in on my computer. What you see on the left side is the Visual Studio Code project that I cloned. And it has different sections. The most important, of course, is the README. If you want to do something similar, make sure you have everything installed that is required. Then, of course, you need a key. You need, in my case, I use OpenAI, a large language model. I need an API key. You need a budget for that. It does not cost much, but you should have a budget. Otherwise, the code will not be executed. Um, but you can also use other large language models from Gemini and whatever you have. The key thing here is the settings section. So let me scroll here a bit that you can see. What you need here is to make sure that you have a world that is in line with this version. Yeah, so this one is the case in my case. I run it locally, and you have to open it for a port. So if you want to play, you have to come here and say enter the port number 55916, start the VLAN world, and then I directly put it on pause. Yeah. Why? Because we need to include the agent. But before doing that, let me explain it a bit more. Um, I use here, by default, there's an agent Andy. I don't like it, so I basically commented this out, and I use GPT. Why? Because in GPT, I said, hey, you have the name Lou, I can define a model, the temperature, and so on. So you can change and adjust this in the settings section. Also, you can, if you say, hey, I allow insecure coding, you can set this to true or not. If you play local, it's not a problem. But if you play online, don't do that. If you run it just like me on your computer, on your local host, no issue. Otherwise, be careful. But also remember there's an update. A couple of days ago, there was an update that allows this insecure coding to make it more secure. So keep an eye on the website that I shared it before. And then the last thing that you need is you need to come here in the main section and then open this integrated terminal. And then you say node main JSON. What will happen is, and this is something you will see here soon, the agent will be initialized. And then once it joins the game, it will show a short sign that this agent is there. So let's see. You see Lou joined the game. So let's have look at it and go back to the game. So here is Lou, a bit far away. Let's say, hey, please come to me. And then he should move towards us. Let's see. Yeah, he's there. Okay, now we can chat with him. Um, can you tell me what is the highest mountain in the real world. And this is now basically a kind of chat interaction that I have with him. And what you can probably not hear is that he also speaks with me in language I put as a voice output. That might be limited due to my recording and the equipment that I have here, but you can set this up. It's a standard Minecraft feature. So now let's do something else, and we drop this here. Let me drop this. So he can get this, and what I want him to do now is please build a small uh, or a very tiny house for me from wood. And now I will walk back a bit and we will see what he is doing. And based on this code, he should now start doing something, building a tiny house. And of course, we did not give him some kind of Windows or any other equipment. So if the equipment is missing, he can even get it. So he built it. Yeah, looks interesting. Um, but you see that this agent cannot only um, yeah, answer some simple questions, but also execute some code and really build something for you. And that is really amazing. Yeah. So I stop it here. I just cancel it here because I want to go back to my PowerPoint to give you some insights how this is done and what you can do. And if you just want to play it in a similar manner. Okay, so after this short demo, let's have a look at what you should be aware of if you want to do something similar. So make sure everything in the requirements file that is mentioned there is installed correctly, especially these things. It was really giving me a lot of headache to get this correctly installed with the correct version and so on. But be aware that this is needed. Then the other thing is double check the configuration. What Minecraft version you run, what is your world in. Don't choose the latest. Is the latest version or the latest Minecraft Java version is not supported yet, but a bit older version still do the job. And make sure these versions match, otherwise it won't work. And whether think about this Andy agent. Yeah, by default you have this Andy agent um, included. Well, I wanted to have my own, so I played around with the others. Just have a look and see what you can do, because I had a couple of problems at the beginning with Andy, but the other one worked fine for me. Then how are things actually working? So if you are a Minecrafter, then you might know a program, something that is called MineFlyer. Yeah, it is already there. It was available before AI and all of these things. Yeah, increased usage and got real in our world. But it could actually already execute things for you and build things. Yeah, what now is the new thing here to say is that this mind flayer functionality get a brain. So basically a large language model, which can be OpenAI, Claude, Gemini, whatever you have, and integrate things together. Um, and that's the key. If you want to see mind flayer and what it is doing, hey, have a look at this tutorial here. But this Minecraft, how does it work? Well, um, the paper that I shared before, or that you can also access to this, uses a large language model, and then it has a prompter. And in this prompter, it has some embedding, it has examples, what it can do. And this connects then to this agent, so this NPC, so to say. And this agent has coding capabilities. It can do commands. It has a history of what you said. All of this is integrated in this tool and gives it really a powerful experience what you can do with that. Of course, if you want to read more how do things work and how you can enable multiple agents, I just spin up one, but you can do more. Yeah? Um, and if you want to also learn how to collaborate with multi-agent scenarios inside of Minecraft, read this paper. It's very interesting, and it also shows you limitations of the current large language models. So if you are a fan of multi-agent scenarios and want to learn more, have a look at this paper. Okay, that's it for this first part. Of course, we will continue it and enrich it a bit with more Microsoft tools. But for today, I would like to thank you very much for watching and listening, and looking forward to seeing you again in the next part.